Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I think you able to see my Visual Studio, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So today we are like we'll study like discuss how we can apply the validation in MVC. Okay. So I have like created one blank project MVC with the name MVC underscore validation. So we'll see how we can apply the validation on model and how we can set the error message on the view part. So it will be from scratch only. So I'm going to create first a model. Let's say it's product. So product class, product model. So in product, I will take three properties. First one is product name. Second one is product SKU. And third one we can say description. We can also take price. Okay, so we have these four properties. Okay, now I'm going to create one controller. Let's be the empty controller. I'm changing its name to from default to home controller. Okay, so inside home we have default one index section. So let's create the view for this index. Just do right click, say add view. Okay, and we'll say the view name is index, and the template we will select the empty one. There are two empties. One is empty without model. Second one is empty. Uh, empty means we can take the model. So in our case, the model name is product. Okay, and we are not using any layout. Okay, just say add. Okay, so when we are saying create view with model, so a system will add this statement top of the CSS/HTML code. It's saying @model, and we are like specifying the model name. So this model is bind with, we can say bind with this view. So we can access the property of model. The properties are these: name, SKU, description, and price on this view now. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to create a form. Say using. So there are two ways to create a form. We can use the HTML form as well, the form tag. Okay. So inside we have like a property like the action. We can specify the action. Here we need to specify like we have the home slash index. Okay, so home is a controller and slash index is the action, and then we have a method. Which type of method request we want to make, that is post. So we can use this as well. And the second way is we can use the MVC means using statement that is provided by .cshtml. So we'll say using, in the bracket we'll say HTML dot begin form. Yeah. So begin form It's similar to HTML, HTML form one. So in this, we will provide some parameter. The first parameter is the name, action name. So in our case, action name will be index. And the second is the controller. So the controller name is home. And third one is the method. So we'll say a form uh, what's the name? Form method dot post. Yeah, form method dot post. This. Then we'll start this brackets, curly brackets. So here in this curly brackets, we will decide, we will create the view. I mean the form. Okay, so I'm taking the HTML table tag, row. So we have 4 properties, then 4 rows, and 1 row for button. So first is the name. Second one is queue. Third one is description. Fourth one is price. Okay. So now we need to create the text box. So again, we can use the HTML tag, but we need to bind that property with the text box. So we will say at the rate HTML dot textbox4, and we will provide this expression x dot name. So we can say now the text box is bind with the name property. So similar to this, we will do the same for SKU, description, and price as well. So HTML dot textbox4 x dot SKU, HTML dot textbox4 x dot description, HTML dot textbox4 x dot price. Okay, and then finally we will say the submit, input type submit button. Value will be submit. Okay, so form is ready. Let's see the output first. Okay, so you can see we like prepared the the form. So when I click on submit, we are again on this page, but we are not getting any messages, error messages. Means to say, if name is blank, system should say name is required or SKU is required. Okay, for that we need to go to the again the product model. So first we need to add one namespace. We'll say using system dot annotation. It's related to component model dot data annotation. Yes. So we will add this namespace. So this namespace will provide some annotations. So annotation is like we can say required. So this annotation we are like applying on name property. Now the name is required field now. So if user not able to enter anything, then system will say a name is required. Okay, we are making SKU as required, not the description. Okay, let's say description is also required. Okay, for now, description is not required. Okay, and price is required. Okay, just this small change. Now again, let's see the output. Okay, yeah. One thing is missing still. Okay, I'm just hitting on submit button. Still, we are not able to see any messages. Okay, so now what is the reason? So reason is when we are saying submit. So basically, system sending the request to home controller, then in index section means request is going to index inside home controller, and the request method is post. If we like see in home controller, we have only one method, that is by default get. Okay, so index is a get method. So now are you aware with the get and post methods, or should I explain it? Vivek,
Yeah.
Diksha? Okay, all right. So now I'm going to create one more index. Index. Okay, now this time we will say HTTP post. So HTTP post means to say if we hit on submit button, so now system will send the request to this the post method of index. Okay, not the get method. Okay, now in this case we also provide the model name product. Okay, now the very first thing we will say, if we will check the model state dot is valid true means to say all fields are uh, like all field past this annotations, means if it is required, the user has entered the name, SKU and prices, then this is validate will be true. If user miss any field which is required, then this the model state will be false. Okay, so we will say model state is true. If it is true, then we will say return uh, return to index again, and we'll stay view data message equals OK. We will show some message OK message or a success message if validation is pass. If it is in case the view state is false, then we'll say return view only. And we will pass product. Means we call this action again. No, sorry, we need to call only index. If in case we do not write, it will call index only. Okay, now let's execute it. Say, still we are not able to see the messages, but if I put the debugger and say submit, so what is the view state is, it is false. You can see the view state is valid is false, but still we are not able to see the error messages. Okay, the reason is we create the text boxes, we apply the validation, we check it inside the post method, but we didn't show the messages on view. So for that we need to add, we'll say html dot @html dot validation message for. Again we'll say x dot name. So now we will have the error message here. Let's for skew. We do not have any message for description. Then price. Okay, now all set. Let's see the output then. Okay, when I say submit, continue. Okay, see now we have the messages. Name field is required, skew field is required, or price field is required. Okay, when let me just remove this debugger. Now I'm just adding a product. Let's say computer. The product name is computer and saying submit. So the error message is gone, but for skew and price still there because both are empty. If I enter something and say submit, it's removed the error message. Okay, we can even highlight this to red as well. Oh, of course. Okay. To make it red, we can apply the style, color to red. So we can implement yeah, that's it. It's red now. So the name field is required, SKU is required, or price is required. This is system generated error message. Now the next step is if you want your own error message. So how you will do that? You want, instead of writing this name field is required, you can enter, you want to show please enter name, some like this. So you can change the error message. Okay, from just go to the model, inside the required attribute, say uh, this message, or let me just check it. It's error message only. Okay, okay. That is in brackets. Yeah. Error message equals to. Now you can provide your own message. Like enter name. For price as well, we can say error message enter price. See, enter name, enter price. This is now the custom error message. Queue field is required. This is system generated message. Okay. Now, if you want the summary as well, error summary, you can also use this at the rate HTML.ValidationSummary. That's it. So validation summary will like gives you all the error at one place. Yeah. So you can see. So the validation summary, you can add it on top or on bottom. So if you are adding a summary, then you do not need to add this error name, SKU, or price. Okay, that is totally upon the requirement how you are like show the error messages. Okay. Okay. Now next is, let's say I fill the details. SKU 1, 2, 3, description, test, and price $12. And when I'm saying submit, okay, now I want to say make it this form as blank and want to show a message. Let's say record inserted successfully something. Okay, so for that, when we are saying the model state is true, then we add a message in a view data. Okay, the message is okay. Now we can use this view data message to pop up the to display the message on screen, record inserted successfully. Okay, and we can also do that if we can say model state.clear. So model state.clear means to say it will clear the data. So the form will be again reset to blank. Okay, now we can use this view data inside the HTML .cs HTML page, and after the table or after this div we can say we are taking a new div and saying @if view data and data is message. Not equals null means if it is data is there, not equals to null, and we can also check the message equals okay. Okay, let's say .toString. If it is not null and the data is okay, then we will say okay, there is a div saying record inserted successfully. Okay, I'm giving some styling as well, saying width, let's say 200 pixel, and height, let's say padding 10 pixel, background color, say the screen, color white, yeah, and text align center. So this is just UI thing. Okay. Okay, when I directly submit the form without entering any data, so we are having this validation message. Now I'm entering some data. Let's say test, SKU 123, description, it's not required, price 123, and saying submit. So we have this this message, record inserted successfully. So now you can see the validation is gone, form again reset it to blank, and we have this success message. So the form is reset because we add this statement model state.clear, and based on this message okay, we like have this check on view. If it is message is okay, then we able to see this div. So in case let's say if again I submit it, so again we have this error message. Okay, so this is how we can like deal with validation in MVC. Okay, one more validation. Let's say we have, let's say, email as well. So string email. So we can add the email attribute as well, email address. So it will automatically, check the format for email. So @ is there, .com is there, like this. Okay. So now let's say we have some many attributes. Required is there, email is there, range is there, right? But let's say for the description, I want to create my own custom validation. I just want to know, okay, when typing the description, let's say some text, we can say ABC text supposed to be there in description. If ABC is not there, then we can say the validation is false. So for this kind of scenario, we can create our own custom validation. Okay, so for that, I'm creating a new folder. I'm saying a custom validation and adding a class. You can give any name related to your custom validation. So I'm saying my custom validation. Okay. To make any class as a the custom validator, we need to add one attribute. One sec. Yeah. We need to inherit this class validation attribute. Okay, so let's go inside this validation attribute. So in this validation attribute, we have one method that is here it is. Yeah, I think this one is valid. Yes. Yeah. So there is a one method is valid. So you can see this is the virtual method. So we in C# we have studied if the method is virtual, we can overwrite it. So we can override this functionality for us for our custom validation. So we will say, let's just copy this. Validation result is valid. Okay, we can type it. We will say public override uh, is valid. Not this is valid. Uh, yeah, validation result is valid. Okay, so we are like overriding this is valid method. So in this we will say first, here we have like the value. We will check value not equals to null. Means if some value is there, then we can check the we can create the custom logic. We can say to do custom logic, custom validation logic. Okay, so let's say if it is uh, value is false or validation is not true, then we'll say we will return new validation result, whatever the message we want to display. Let's say uh, description is incorrect. Okay, so here now we can write our logic. So we'll say if value dot, let's convert it to toString first, dot contains the value, let's say hello text, and we're saying not. No, let's say return success matches validation dot success. Okay, it is protected. Okay, so basically we are like creating a custom logic. We are just checking when we type the description, so the hello word supposed to be exist in the description. If hello word is there, then we are saying the validation is success. If hello word is not there, then we are saying description is not it is incorrect. Hello word is missing. Let's say hello word is missing. Okay, so we can say this is our like custom logic. Now we can use this my custom validation as an attribute in model. So I'm just adding a description on description my custom validation. So my custom validation become my attribute now because we inherit the validation attribute class, and from inside the validation attribute we override is valid method. Okay, all set now. Just only one thing we need to add, the validation message here. This is for description. Okay, just I'm commenting the or removing this validation summary for now. Okay, Okay, so when I hit on this submit button, okay, so validation is not required, so that's why we do not have any message. Okay, let's say I'm saying test description, and now I'm saying submit. Still, okay, let's debug it. Okay, we are in validate is valid method, so the value is null. Value is null. Why it is null? Still, we do not have the error message. Oh, we actually place this on wrong, add this on wrong property. It's supposed to be here. Let me remove this debugger from here. Now I'm writing anything and saying submit. So now it's saying description is incorrect. Hello word is missing. Now let's say I'm just writing hello along with that text. So description is passed now. Okay, so this is the custom validation. So if we enter the correct details and saying submit, so we have this insert record inserted success message. Okay, so this is all about like the validation in MVC. So how we can like implement the validation. Okay, so you can use a predefined attributes, or even you can create your on attribute as well. That is a custom validation. Any doubt, Diksha, Vivek, in validation? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So so that's it for today, Vivek and Diksha. And we tomorrow I'll create a project in MVC from scratch and try to cover each topic,
Okay.
including a database connectivity, and like a master page or partial views as well, validation, a complete code, or a small project in MVC, and try to launch, deploy that on IaaS server as well. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Pawan.
Yeah, Vivek, I think you are on mute if you are speaking.
No, can you hear me? No, I was talking.
Vivek, you are not audible.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Hello?
Yeah, Pawan, we both can hear you, Pawan.
Hello.
Yeah, Pawan, I can hear you. Hello?
Okay, Diksha, we will connect tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Fine by me.